the next morning. See, you can tell that the story is coming because I was laying on my... Oh my god! Oh wow, another earthquake! I guess it settled down. There have been a lot of earthquakes lately. But yeah, you could tell, because the other times I was sitting up, but I was laying down, so you can tell that significant things are happening, especially when there was an earthquake. I'd imagine that's pretty significant. Oh, already awake, Hyden? There was another earthquake earlier, right? There have been so many. I can't get a decent night's sleep. Hey! Oh, it's you, Lombre. What was with that voice for a moment there? Hey, Lombre, what's up? We need you at the square. Everyone's gathering there. Is there something wrong? I'm not really sure. Shiftry's calling everyone out. He's getting the other rescue teams to come. Hyden, let's go! Shiftry's calling everybody out. He's gone rogue once again. Oh my god. The other rescue teams. Oh, I don't think I remember. There's Team Hydro. I know Team Hydro's one of them. Damn it! I can't remember the other ones, but I knew them at one point. And I know what they are, I just can't remember them. Wow, look at all the Pokémon! Looks like they sent out to a lot of rescue teams for help. I've seen some pretty famous leaders from faraway places. That Shiftry. I wonder what he's planning to do with all these rescue teams. Can I get everyone's attention here? It's not my style to get up in front of everyone like this, and... Sorry, this isn't the time for that. There's big trouble. Alakazam's team went underground, but they haven't returned. What? Is that true? Yes, unfortunately. Alakazam led his team underground to quell Groudon, and that's it. We haven't heard anything from them. To be honest, we've no idea what became of them. No idea? How is that possible? This is Alakazam you're talking about? But they haven't come back yet, that's for real. That's right, and it sounds as if Groudon is out of our league. What? It's that tough? This Pokemon named Groudon? Why don't you go underground and see for yourself? Huh? You've got to be kidding me. There's magma flowing everywhere underground. I'd burn up if I went anywhere like that. Quiet, please, be quiet. There's no denying that it's dangerous underground. It's not a place where just anyone can go. That's why I asked so many rescue teams to gather today. I propose that a special team be formed by choosing the best of the best. Who will step forward? Who among us will be the heroes to take on the challenges underground? Hey, Hyden, this is some chance. Let's go for it. Don't bother, you guys. What's with you? Can you get out of the way? You guys have gotten a lot tougher, that's for sure, but there's plenty of tougher Pokemon out there. Will no one step forward? I'll go. Whoa! It's Blastoise! You mean Team Hydro's roughneck Blastoise? Those water spouts on his back can rocket water so fast that it punches through thick iron plates. It's rumored Groudon is a ground type. I am a water type, strong against the ground type. My Hydro Pump will put Groudon down in one shot. I'll join the party too. Woohoo, it's Octillery! She's Team Constrictor's leader. She's known for persistent and clingy attacks. She ensnares foes with her tentacles, then headbutts them. She'd be nasty to face in any battle of endurance. Darlings, when I see a tough Pokemon, I want to tangle with them. Say, how about not forgetting about me? Wow, Golem! He's the most brutal of Team Rumble Rock. His body is rock hard. He's supposed to be able to withstand huge explosions without taking damage. If Groudon's awakened underground, that suits me fine. I'll use my rock throw to keep it buried underground. Oh, Blastoise, Octillery, and Golem. No one could complain about your selection. We will have these 3 rescuers head underground. Yeah, good choice. You're representing us, make us proud. Let's go. I love this scene. Like, it's not really necessary to introduce all these side characters, but if you want to play up the scale of this Groudon, what's coming up next with Groudon, like, Team A.C.T goes down, and, like, realistically, you wouldn't just send the kids in to do it. You wouldn't send Headcase to go in there and save them. You'd bring in other rescue teams, and that's just what they do, and I love it. I don't really have any investment in these characters because I don't know who they are, really. There's like, oh, Team Hydro leader Blastoise and these guys, but, like, I love it. I love it. It just adds more scale, and it's Pokemon and greatness. Win it for us. Save Alakazam's team. See? They look pretty tough, eh? Let them handle things. Okay, I guess we can't say anything, Hyden. I wish we could have gone too, but that's just too bad. We'll let Blastoise's team take care of things underground. We'll keep giving it our best in our rescue work. And there's just so many things about this game that I love. I've said it before, but, like, the story of this game, it's great. I love it so much. That's why I wanted to do a playthrough of it, and I'm just really looking forward to the other games as well, to playing all the other mystery dungeons after this. There have been so many earthquakes. I can't get a decent night's sleep. You bet I'm worried about Alakazam's team, but Blastoise and company are tough. Don't you worry now, they'll get the job done. You know how we've had so many earthquakes lately? Are they signs that something a lot worse is coming? I shudder to think. We agreed to let Blastoise's crew handle this situation. Let's give them some time. Man, it's just, like, I mean, you don't really care about the new rescue teams they just introduced, like Team Hydro, Team Rumble Rock, and Team Constriction, whatever. But it's cool that they were introduced at all. I think it was a very worthwhile inclusion, and I'm glad that they put it in there. It does just kind of stall for time. It gives you a little more time to build up your levels as well, because that, I guess that's really the most important part about, because this is a video game after all, so you got to make sure that the level curve works. If you're like me, I've just been grinding away the whole time, so I don't really need the extra time, I feel. But as a kid, I definitely needed the extra missions, because I would try to pass through the dungeons as quickly as possible. Didn't really go for much in the way of training unless it was at the Makuhita Dojo, which in this series I've only visited once, which just kind of shows how things have gone so far. I haven't even needed to go to the Makuhita Dojo, but I could go there. For the post game, I could do some training there. Maybe I will do that at some point. Like in the post game, maybe I'll have some more sort of like grinding episodes, using that footage for whatever it is that I would use it for. So what do I have left? I have 3 for Mount Freeze, Great Canyon. None of these fit. Like, I do still have a Howling Forest because I wonder how that got there. Yeah, that's another non-rescue, and it's a B rank, so I'll take it. I think I'm gonna go to Mount Freeze today, though. Howling Forest was fun, but I would like to get the 3 missions. I guess the next question is, how many missions do I need to trigger the next event? I have a feeling it might be 4 again, maybe 3. But, you know, they said give them time, so I'd imagine you'd have to do pretty significant, like, selection of missions. Because usually, I don't know if they also partially figure, like, maybe you won't be able to be like me and just amass 4 or 5 different missions for a single dungeon. Because that's just what I do. I save all this stuff, and I just eventually just knock it all out in one shot. Magnus, you're coming with me again. I would like to bring Absol, but I still want to keep training up Magnus. I should go get my special band because I don't have it right now, and I almost forgot about it. But I can go and equip it. I mean, I can't equip it. What I hate is that you can't equip it outside of a dungeon. Like, you have to be in a dungeon to equip it in the first place, and that's just it's kind of underwhelming. Actually, I wonder, should I bring... No, I have 3 special bands, so I'll take one of those. Because really, it's only 4 Ember, and I have 3 attacks that are physical-based, so having a Power Band would probably be the smarter decision. But I'd rather just split it up like this. I think this is fine. Yeah, Magnus is catching up, slowly but surely. Wait. Man, my IQ is off the charts. Maybe, eventually, if I keep eating all these gummies, I will catch up to the great Alakazam and IQ. Yeah, I'm gonna bring Magnus with me again. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. Because, at the very least, I could go to, like, smaller scale missions, dungeons, rather, and I could always bring, like, in the post-game, I could bring Magnus and Absol with me. They could be the 2 that really go in. So it could work. It's not exactly a bad call to be training up Magnus at this point. At least I don't feel it would be. So we're gonna go to Mount Freeze. I got 3 missions here. But to trigger the next story beat, I need 2 more rescue jobs. Okay. So I guess that's it. I was thinking I needed a little bit more. But I guess the 4 to get to that cutscene, I guess that's probably enough. I forget, what were I already forgot what the floors were for this. I'm terrible. If I was actually on a rescue team, I'd be the worst. My partner would have to stop me, like, why are you going upstairs? We haven't completed the mission yet. There's a mission on this floor? Oh, crap. Now, Magnus should be able to hold his own a bit better here. Let's find out. Let's find out. Let's find out. Do you want to actually attack it? Oh boy, oh boy. That Fury attack is... Stop. You're not dying on me, Magnus. Not this quickly. Level 29. See, but building all this tension up for Groudon, especially considering that, well, spoilers, if you haven't played this game already, but Groudon is not the final, like, the final boss, the climax of this game. But, like, by the time you get there, that's another thing I love about this game, is how it builds tension towards these things. So, we've had all this time building up to Groudon. Like, Groudon is the biggest, the biggest threat, because Team A.C.T. went down to fight Groudon, and they have not returned. So it's like, holy crap, if Team A.C.T. can't stop Groudon, then Groudon must be, like, oh, hello, I missed you. So it's like Groudon must be the big enemy that we gotta go up at the end of the game, go up against at the end of the game. But he's not. There's one more after him. And so it just makes that final boss fight all the more intense because, like, you've gone through Groudon. You've gone through... You were a fugitive, so you went through Moltres, Articuno. I don't think there were any other big bosses that we fought in the meantime. Not since then. But it really... Like, the Ninetales legend, all this just building suspense for it. It's incredible. And I can't really compare it to the other Mystery Dungeon games because I haven't played them in a while. But I would almost arguably say that this game is the best when it comes to, like, building that kind of tension, to building up to, great, now I'm slower. Thanks, Seal. But yeah, like I said, I'd have to play the other games again before making a definitive claim as to which game is the best. Red Rescue Team, personally, is my favorite, and I think that mostly just comes down to nostalgia, because I was younger, more impressionable at the time that I played this. Like, yeah, I played Sky, Time and Darkness at a time when I was also very impressionable, because I was, instead of being like an elementary school student, I was a middle school student. No, actually, no, I was still in elementary school when those games came out as well. Because my big memory with Sky, Time and Darkness is playing it, because I used to go to this before and after school program. So, like, basically, like, if your parents couldn't pick you up from school, and you, like, obviously you shouldn't be at home by yourself. So, I went to this thing where it was like, it would go for a couple hours after school. So, that's where I met most of my friends at the time, and that's where I really got into Pokemon, because I played it with all these all these kids. But it was also, it would take it a step further over the summer, where it's like the same program, but instead of it just being before and after school, now it's the summer, you are just there all day until your parents can pick you up. So basically, it's like a fancy babysitting service, you could call it, just for for older children. Yeah, because if you're at elementary school, you're still a child. I just got this weird ringing in my ear. I thought maybe my phone was ringing. I thought something was going on outside of my room. Maybe I've been playing this game for too long. But it was during that time, that summer program, when I distinctly remember playing the Explorers games. I remember playing them the most, because that's when I spent the most time going through them, because then other people had the game, so we would kind of join up together. It was just an overall fun experience. That's just how the childhood Pokemon experience was for basically any game, whether it was Mystery Dungeon or even like Pokemon Ranger. Pokemon Ranger, that was an interesting game. But, I mean, that's another game that I'd be interested in covering on this channel. But again, it all comes down to getting that 3DS capture card. And, I've talked about, like, I guess, like, if I really wanted to, I could probably look into a Katsukity card, because those are produced a lot faster than Loopies, which are the one that I'm trying to get, because that's a higher quality one. I guess the Katsukity ones are prone to breaking down a lot quicker, at least. Like, the wear and tear, they don't last as long. From what I've heard from various different, like, reviews on the internet, and, you know, through the internet. I think that's a valid source. I don't really need to explain where, but I don't know, maybe I will go for it anyway, because my concern is, like, the Katsukity ones are still fairly pricey, so my concern is buying it, and then it breaking, and then me having to get another one. So at that point, then I've bought it twice, and I don't know, I don't know, I'm not trying to be too impatient with it. I figure I'll get it when I can get it. But I don't know what I'm gonna do after this series, because how lately I've been running the two series, the Fire Red Nuzlocke, and then also this series. And before that, I was doing the Coliseum thing. So now, really, all I have lined up that I could play on the GameCube right now is the Nuzlockes for all the Game Boy games. So, unless I did, like, a short little series on, like, Pokemon Pinball or something, I don't really know what else I could cover alongside these, alongside the Nuzlocke games. Hello, Farfetch'd. Go home. We are here to rescue you. So again, I'll pitch the question. What are you interested in seeing from me, Pokemon-wise, for the future? I mean, I guess I could run two Nuzlockes alongside each other simultaneously. I don't know, I feel like I could do something a bit more diverse than that. And also, like, if I go through the Nuzlockes that quickly, then eventually I'll run out of games I can Nuzlocke, and I don't know, I don't really want to revisit games. Like, I don't want to really... It's not that I'm against revisiting them entirely. Like, I could do different challenges or whatnot. Like, maybe if I wanted to do... What I could do, if I did, like, a solo run or something with a single Pokemon, or any of the other challenges that exist out there. Those are some possibilities. They'd be very different. They'd vary considerably to the, to a Nuzlocke series. So, I guess that's also a possibility, if that sounds interesting. If there are any other Pokemon challenges that you know of, let me know. Maybe I could give them a shot, or if you've come up with your own. Yeah, 'cause I know of, like, the solo runs. There are a bunch of different rules you can implement to a Nuzlocke, so I suppose I could even, like, revisit a game with a Nuzlocke. Like, I could even revisit a game for a Nuzlocke, and it could be different than the previous one. But I don't know, just the idea of, like, repeating series, it doesn't particularly interest me. At least unless, like, a significant amount of time has passed. Like, I did the Sapphire Nuzlocke, so I've already covered the Hoenn games. But that was several years ago, and I would like to think that my video quality has improved significantly. My commentary has gotten a lot better. I think I'm a more engaging, more entertaining person now. And definitely a more mature person, so I'm better composed than I was back for those videos. So I think revisiting that generation, it's a bit more acceptable for me because yes, I've done it before, but that was so long ago that I'm a different person now than I was then. And also just, you could get different Pokemon and whatnot. Because it was Sapphire and not Emerald, there'd be different nuances to the game that I could explore. I don't know, there's just a lot of things that I could potentially consider as opposed to, like, revisiting a series. There are plenty of different things I could do to revamp it, to make it different. So I guess I wouldn't be entirely opposed to revisiting a Pokemon series. It's different with, like, the GM mode stuff, where it's the same challenge. You have to go through the same trials and tribulations over and over again. So I'm less inclined to revisit that type of a series, because I feel like if I've done it once, I've done it. There isn't really much else I could do with it, unless I'm doing, like, the challenge mode that I have planned to do in the future. But that even something like that's, I feel like if I do too much of that, then I'm just milking it. So even like that, it's not something like I would do a challenge mode series for every single of the GM mode, every single one of the games that have GM mode in it, because then I feel like I'd really be milking it, and I don't really want to milk the Pokemon series, like the different Pokemon generations I could potentially make videos on. And also, like, with me thinking about this, in the time it's going to take me to cover all the different generations, this is going to be over the course of several years, I would imagine. But I like to do that. I like to plan out stuff in advance, because that's what I did with my GM mode videos, was that, I completed the mission. There is no mission on this floor. Yeah, so I can just leave. But with the GM mode series, when I did the 2008 one, my plan was that I was eventually going to do SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 and SmackDown vs. Raw 2007, which is what I did. So, with Pokemon, it's very much the same. I would like to, like, I did this Red Rescue Team series. I plan on doing the other Rescue Team games. Fire Red Nuzlocke, I plan on doing other Nuzlocks after that. And you never know, by the time that I do get my 3DS capture card, a new Pokemon games could come out, and that would give me more material to cover. So, even in the time that would take me to get through the backlog of pre-existing Pokemon games, I would also have the chance to play the newer ones, which I think would be good for my Pokemon audience to try to expand Pokemon on this channel, would be to cover the newer games, because then, like, more people have more of an opportunity to find me, to find my work. Because, like, when you're playing an older game, people are, like, it's not gonna be searched as much, like, unless people already know who you are. You have to kind of establish your personality in advance. I'm gonna eat this gummy. And then you're more likely that when the new games come out, well, obviously, like, for me, if I covered the new game, like, if I covered Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, if I was able to do that, I would obviously have the people who watch my Pokemon videos now already there, but it'd be more likely that I could bring in a broader audience because of it being the new game. It would have more of a searchability words. It would do that. More people would be likely to look for it, therefore more people would be likely to find it. Yeah, I just want to get this mission, so we're gonna go to the 15th floor, which is where we will find the final rescuee, the person we need to save. I like how they just didn't pick up that Poke. Even though I'm pretty sure Magnus was standing right on top of it. Rhyhorn, get over here. And now I can leave the dungeon. I can leave, and we can move on with the story. Yes, we are done. We are leaving. I'm out. Peace. Thank you for rescuing Farfetch'd, the promised thief. Because I don't have enough of those now. A brown gummy and 60 rescue points. 300 Poke and a white gummy and 60 rescue points. 300 Poke and a gold gummy and 60 rescue points. Yeah. That's a pretty solid set of missions. We did good today. Let's knock off and call it a night. See you tomorrow. And I will see you on the next episode of my Pokemon Red Rescue Team Mystery Dungeon Adventure. I botched it again. So until next time, keep on YouTubing.